This episode of the Damage Guild podcast is sponsored by Loners, a dwarven dark fantasy audiobook for fans of high adventure, gritty action, and irreverent humor. Visit audible.com or amazon.com and search Loners Dwarven Fantasy to get your copy today.
Previously on the Damage Guild podcast.
Azlo, it's your turn.
Hunt the caster.
It's a caster-on-caster battle, baby.
Are your mirror images going to fight his mirror images?
Yes, they're going to each duel each other to the death.
And like the mighty halfling that I am, go charging directly at him.
You've stabbed the Quaggoth and it collapses to the ground.
I could heal you up some, Shabba.
Okay.
You see the scrying fountain.
Show me my sister.
The one thing that does catch your attention is the small figure strapped to your sister's back.
Allow me to see my parents.
You see Milo and Millie, your father and mother. Your parents are making their way to the performers' dressing rooms, and the vision fades away as Filmandar walks towards the stage.
I have to get my revenge on him now.
Tokas reaches into extra-dimensional space.
You pull out the armband. Murny's note describes what he has managed to uncover.
This is a powerful artifact.
We can approach the sewers of Nennept with confidence.
Shabba, you didn't hear the sounds that I heard. The horrors underneath the castle.
But the way that you described them is exactly what makes me want to go back. Because we have the armband now, Tokas, and you can use it a lot. You can use it a bunch of different times.
To kill a bunch of demons and stuff.
I do feel strangely confident with this on my arm.
Yeah, who cares what the side effects are? You're super powerful now, Tokas. Stop being so modest. You should think more highly of yourself now that you're wearing the armband.
Well, I do have advantage on all charisma checks when it comes to influencing dwarves, but...
Yeah, exactly.
I have more confidence when it comes to talking to dwarves than before. But listen, we shouldn't just frivolously use these charges like we have other particular items that will go unmentioned, because you don't like it when I bring up that particular item. I'm not just going to blow through all these charges just to experiment all the cool different things. Oh, and then Tokas starts contemplating using one of the abilities just to see what it feels like. I was like, no, stop it.
No, I don't think we should do that either, but I think we should know that we, by virtue of having it, are better equipped to face whatever might await us.
I don't want you two to regret, or the three of you to regret, giving the armband to Tokas.
I do not regret that.
I do regret it now that I consider the fact that you're the one who's most likely to abuse it.
Yeah, well, I mean, let's be honest with ourselves. We knew that going in, didn't we?
I had forgotten, but oh well, I mean, here we are.
We always kind of knew.
What, because I'm the one that's his morality is shifting?
Yeah, you're Dark Tokas.
Because you are the one who rolls his hit points every level.
Oh, true. I do take risks, but I'm a risk taker. I took one of those little quizzes you can take online. My girlfriend and I took that quiz, and it's for money, your money personalities or whatever. I don't necessarily, there's only so much you can learn for those things, but apparently one of my things is that I'm a risk taker. So you're right. Mm-hmm. I will probably take risks with this bracelet. So that probably translates, but where was I going with that?
I don't know.
I don't know.
There's a reason you're only supposed to have 5% of your total portfolio invested in cryptocurrencies, but you probably have 6 at least.
I actually had a bunch of Bitcoin.
You're a loose cannon, John.
No, I had a bunch of Bitcoin, and then the pandemic happened, and I saw it shooting up, and I sold out, and I shouldn't have, because it did one of these.
Well, but it got up to 60,000 and some, so hopefully you sold near the top.
No, I didn't.
Well, now it's back down to
I doubled my investment, but if I'd stuck with it, it would have done more than just double.
Well, now it's back down to 30 or below. So
really?
It shot really high up, and then it came back down.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad hey, that's the risk taker in me. I got in, got out. You got to get in, then you get out.
I would count that as a win, the fact that you doubled your investment.
Yeah, but it wasn't a huge amount. It was play money. It was money. Kind of similar to gambling. It's not. Is investing gambling? I knew that if I lost all that, it was okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that's the way to do
it's
that.
Extra money.
It's that was play money. It's it's kind of fun because you're watching it grow, and then it shrinks and grows and shrinks.
It's your mad money. It's not like your 401k. It's your running around money.
It's not your next rent payment.
Yeah.
I don't know. Not like that. I'm not that risky. At that point, that's foolish. But speaking of foolish, guys, Murny is helping me to control the darkness that's within me. And so I'm not as sketchy of a person to hold this precious dwarven heirloom, okay? I'm getting clean, okay, guys? Like, Shabba's holding the crystal now, and I don't need no charges no more. I've got all the charges I need right here.
Mm-hmm.
I've been clean for at least like 3 hours, man.
yeah, man.
Until we charge the crystal, then maybe I'll be tempted again.
Okay.
So
perfect.
I think I'm getting off dark magic at least as much as I can.
I'll never go back to that stuff, man. Speaking of, don't we want to find some sort of life form through which to charge the crystal? Didn't we talk about that?
Oh, where's Nibrin?
Nibrin, he has so much to give. He really does.
Wait. What if we hired Nibrin and paid him for his life essence?
For his life energy. That's such a good idea.
Nibrin, we need you to sign this contract that is you relinquishing years of your life to charge the crystal.
Isn't it like well, the ethical implications of this are...
It's the Middle Ages, basically, like...
So what if we just got a bunch of, like, dirt-poor peasants to just stand around the crystal and we just paid them, like, a gold piece each, which is more than they'll make in, like, a year. And just sit here...
For multiple years of their life. At some point, this breaks down. I mean, we need a very, very specific situation. Like, we literally need to go...
It breaks down before it begins. The fact that we're trying to harvest the life force of poor innocent people for money.
We have to go to, like, the hospital and find people that are on,
on death's door.
Death's door, or they're like life support, and there's no possibility of resuscitation.
Terminally ill.
Or, wait, that's it. Not that sick, messed up thing. Sorry. I just had a brain blast, that's all. What if we worked with one of the various castle kingdoms with their death row inmates? Like the people that they're going to execute anyway.
Yes. The people who are about to be executed.
And we can use their life essence for the greater good of defeating the cult.
It's a really good idea.
It's perfect.
So we got to get in with the jailer and the warden and see what they can do.
We can sell it as a service. A AAA team. It's a AAA team service. We'll come in.
Crystal charge service.
We will come in and we will take care of your executions for a lower price than it would cost you to hire a headsman and do the whole like crowd control thing, and all the money you would have spent on soldiers and guards and equipment for doing the hangings and whatever it is,
the gallows.
We will, a simple crystal.
Why don't we just do it for free, but we get to charge the crystal in what we've construed as not unethical? Because
that's the whole...
Or we could still get paid to do it.
Yeah, exactly. That's the whole point, is that we could do it for free, but why not also get paid? I mean, that's how I think about most things in life, right? You could do it for free, but it's always better to make money, too.
That's certainly how Azlo thinks about most things.
We'd have to do a market analysis and figure out what other people are charging, and then undercut them.
And then undercut them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now you're starting to think like a real Azlo.
Let's stop being adventurers and do this instead. This sounds
Just
great.
Take the crystal around. Well, once it's charged, we're golden, and we can keep adventuring.
There's got to be like some holy paladin group that's going to hunt us down.
Probably.
It's probably...
they're already hunting us.
Holy Hallenheim.
Yeah, they're already after us.
Probably the Sapphire Sabers. Guys, we need to focus, okay? Let's go to the sewers and do what we set out to do.
Yeah, we do need to go.
Maybe we can find something down there to charge the crystal with. Anyway, I was just thinking, if we had the armband plus the crystal, we'd be super powerful.
Yeah.
All right, we go back to Nennept. We go into the sewers, and we open that door, and we look into the darkness.
That's like a super fast forward. I don't know if we can... Did we just fast travel?
Skipped like weeks of travel.
Yeah, we can't go quite that fast.
It has to at least be a loading screen.
Namely,
yeah,
you make it out of Eldrazi, you discuss your plans, and you start heading off to Nennept.
By the way, I just have to say, since you mentioned fast travel, I've been playing Far Cry 5, and there's a perk that you can get later in the game where if you have a wingsuit, when you fast travel to a location, you can choose to drop in from the air instead of just showing up like on the ground, so you can just wingsuit in everywhere you go.
That's
it's
cool.
Super awesome. Anyway, okay.
Is that how? Do you wingsuit everywhere now?
No, only if you're like attacking like a stronghold or whatever, like a base that you need to sneak in. You can just like land on a roof and snipe people with the bow and arrow. It's awesome.
Drop me off, Ted.
Yeah, it's great. Anyway, all right.
I don't know why the pilot's name is always Ted.
It is. It's true.
It's a good name if you want your son to be a pilot.
So, Tokas, the following morning, after you've left Eldrazi, you wake up, but you feel terrible.
Uh-oh.
Like you are just thoroughly exhausted. You're totally drained of all your energy.
Whoa.
It must have been the quail from last night. Shabba, what did you put on that? I thought I said no spices.
And you roll over and you realize that in your sleep you got up and got the crystal out of the box and you've been sleeping on top of it. You're like, my back hurts. And you roll over and the crystal's like embedded in it.
Oh, no.
Did one of you guys plant the crystal in my bedding?
You sleepwalked and got it out of the case.
Are you sure, Shabba? I don't think I would have done that.
I definitely didn't sleepwalk and give it to you.
Well, wait, the Dungeon Master didn't say the crystal was with me.
No.
No, he didn't.
No.
So why do you feel so bad?
I don't know why I feel so bad.
Are you sick? I put the back of my hand up against your forehead.
Well,
Does it feel warm?
I mean, the only thing that's different that I can think of is I'm attuned now.
Feel your hands. Are they clammy?
I kind of like do this with my gauntlets.
Can I make a medicine check?
Sure.
13 plus whatever. 0.
I have a +2 for medicine. I got an 18. Tokas, what ails you?
You guys got to figure out what's wrong with me.
You don't see any sort of exterior indication of his being sick. Like he doesn't feel feverish or anything, but you think it's just severe exhaustion from something.
Huh.
Tokas, you're super exhausted. I think probably one of the quaggoths bit you, and you now have quaggothitis.
Or it's the bracer.
It's probably the bracer. It's the only thing that's changed.
Oh, no.
Wait, Stripey didn't bite you, did he? You're turning into a werebadger.
I don't think he bit me. I'm sure he's tried.
It's a fate worse than death. If it's the bracelet, then if it's the armband, man, I guess you have to take it off until we really need it, huh?
Yeah, maybe we got to send it back to Murney and let him know about my symptoms.
Maybe it's just like a hangover, and like the process of attunement causes this initial reaction, and then you get over it. I don't know. Let's see how you feel throughout the day. Keep the armband on for now.
Just be a walking, talking science experiment.
Yep, and see if you start feeling better.
I mean, nothing's new there.
Huh. Do I feel like I'm diseased? Do I feel poisoned?
No. So, game effects means you have 3 levels of exhaustion when you wake up.
Whoa! Good
Wow.
gracious.
Is that disadvantage?
Good night.
Disadvantage on ability checks, attack rolls, saving throws, and move at half speed.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Carry me.
Dang. I'll carry you for a little ways, but then I kind of think you should suck it up and try to get over it. You can't let this thing beat you down, Tokas.
If I long strider, I'm almost back up to my normal movement. Right? I'm moving at half of 25, but long strider's plus 10.
That's a thing.
Yeah, true.
So
You need to go pick up your mounts, and then you'll be fine.
You'll be fine. You'll just have disadvantage on ability checks, attack rolls, and saving throws.
well, how far are the mounts? Like if I'm moving at half speed, will you guys wait for me? I'm
No, keep up.
Yeah, Shabba will carry you.
I'll carry you if you take off that armor. It's really heavy.
Yeah, that would probably help with the whole exhausted thing, wouldn't it? So I'm gonna
take off your armor, put it in your pack, and then I'll pick you up.
Okay, so I de-armor and put it in the... Would my armor fit in the extra dimensional? I don't think I can put that in my pack, Shabba.
No, I was joking. It wouldn't make any difference because I would still be carrying you and the armor.
Right, unless we extra dimension.
Right. We could extra dimension the armor.
You could fold it up and fit in there. It's mostly chain.
Would that be worth it? Then you have an unarmored tank.
Yeah, that would not be worth it.
Definitely not. But we're not in fighting shape with you like this. I mean, we can't go down there and...
Well, let me spend a spell slot and long strider myself. Let me hop on my skates.
But still.
Isn't that only an hour?
It's 1 hour.
So we would travel for an hour, and then we'd have to slow down again.
And then I'd have to long strider again.
Yeah.
We should either make camp or find an inn and let you rest some more.
Well, we just woke up for the morning, so...
Yeah, well, Tokas is not ready to be up. You need to go back to sleep.
But, I wasn't up late tinkering. I really did try to sleep, guys. I don't understand.
Why don't we have him take off the armband, and we just travel at half speed for today, and then tomorrow we'll go back to normal speed?
I think we should send the bracer back to Murney and see what else he can find now that we've studied it and used it. Even just us giving him the information that it gave me like severe exhaustion could be useful.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe I'm not strong enough to wield the bracer.
Do we really know that this will last, though? Couldn't it be like a hangover effect, where like just the process of attunement results in this, but then it gets better? One way to find out.
All right, well, Shabba, my blood will be on your hands if this kills me.
So obviously if you start to feel worse, if you take more levels of exhaustion, then we take it off. But if you gradually get better, I mean, I think we can afford to spend like the day resting just to see what happens, right?
Just to see what happens? All right, well, I'll try to hydrate.
Because if this is a temporary effect, then you take it off, then you got to go through the whole thing again.
Right.
If you reattune.
Yeah, I don't want to have to do that. Okay, all right. Well, this is the burden that I'm wearing, right? This is the burden I bear.
It's true.
So I strain all of the salt out of the chicken broth that I carry with me, and I make Tokas the plainest batch of chicken soup he's ever had.
Oh man, this is great. Just the way I like it.
I thought you'd like it.
How long have you been carrying that chicken broth with you, Shabba?
I usually carry a small sack of it inside my pack.
Did you condense it down into little cubes and put it in a little container, and then you add some hot water and stir it, and then it becomes...
No, it's just like loose, like liquidy, like it's like just a bag.
Just at the bottom of your backpack.
Yeah, just a bag of soup broth in there.
You didn't put it in a jar or anything?
Nope, just a bag.
Oh man, this soup's great.
It's like inside like a pig bladder or something.
Just like what Mom used to make. You know, like we would store food for forever. You know.
Yep.
Just because it's the food label says it's expired doesn't mean you can't eat it.
Mm-hmm. That's right. You only can't eat it if you eat it and it doesn't agree with you. That's how you know.
True.
Yeah.
Good point.
All right, so let's rest. I really need it, guys.
You look awful.
This is taking its toll.
All right, so as the day progresses, every 15 minutes we do another check on Tokas to see whether he is progressing or getting worse.
So you monitor him throughout the day. Evening comes, and you're just watching him the whole time as you putter around camp trying to make the most of your day. He doesn't seem to be getting any worse, at least. You think he might be starting to get better by the time night comes, but...
Hard to say.
Yeah, it's hard to say.
Okay, well, he's not getting worse, so he's stable. All right, Tokas, just keep sleeping.
Well, I'm just thinking out loud, Shabba, as I've been mulling through this. You know, I had a lot of time to think today. And what if the magic in the armband is warded against non-dwarves? What if they enchanted it or something so that non-dwarven folk, or even non-dwarven royalty, right? What if it like knows? It knows I'm not a dwarf. It knows.
And it's taking its toll on you?
So, yeah, waiting is going to answer your question. Because one of three things is going to happen. Right?
I stay the same, or I get better, or I get worse.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that. We wait some more.
Yeah, we continue waiting.
So you stay camped for the night. You've made yourself a nice place to hide out from monsters and such, so hopefully that nothing will find you. You've probably spent all day building your camouflage.
And when the chicken broth runs out, I go catch me a brace of squirrels and I make some squirrel broth. It's extra gamey.
That sounds really appealing. Squirrel broth.
When the next morning comes, Tokas, you are still in pretty bad shape, but you're feeling a little better. So it seems like you're recovering slowly.
Huh.
Okay.
Interesting. Does he now no longer have disadvantage on certain things?
Walking?
On attack rolls and saving throws?
Yeah, so you got 2 levels of exhaustion right now.
Oh, guys,
Wow.
I don't know if I can keep doing this.
You got it, Tokas.
But you're getting better.
You're improving.
But we have to get to the castle.
It's okay. We're just going to travel at half speed today, and then you'll be fine.
I'll see what I can do.
An item of such great power comes with great responsibility. You are living that responsibility right now.
After this, I'm never gonna want to take it off.
Yep.
Even for bathing, like even other things I can't even think about right now. My brain is just so mush.
You can't take it off until we give it back to the dwarves. It's the only time.
Okay.
Once the world is saved.
All right, well, if it's gonna save the people, at least Nennept.
For the greater good. You can be tired for us for a little bit longer. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's not great. I wish I didn't feel like this.
Do we stay camped here for the day, or do we travel at half speed?
Let's stay camped for one more day.
Okay. I guess we need some rest after Eldrazi, huh?
While we're resting, we take a long rest.
Did I finish working on the gems? The assorted cut gems from the giant?
You could do that, yeah.
Have I finished them?
Yeah, if they're already cut, then there's nothing to do.
Long rest taken.
We reflect on life and our adventures and purpose in this planet.
That's right.
Well, we wouldn't know what that means. This land.
This large, flat disc upon which we reside.
The disc world.
I thought we were on top of a vase, like it's a vase shape.
On the rim?
I don't think so.
No, there's a lid.
Ah, I see.
There's a lid, and then the lid pops off and like the demons.
Okay. That's a new theory?
Yep. No,
I thought we were on a disc that's mounted on the back of a turtle that's on the back of an elephant.
Oh, like the whole Atlas thing, but instead it's a turtle?
No, it's from the Discworld series by Terry Pratchett.
Oh, I saw this. It was technically it was a children's movie. My girlfriend likes the occasional kind of kiddie movie. It is the Yeti movie. It was like a National Geographic Steve Irwin kind of character. But the theory that the Yetis had was that they were on this mountain, and beneath the clouds was a series of mammoths, and these mammoths were holding
are you talking about Abominable?
Yes, I think so.
I've never seen that movie, but I've heard of it.
Or no, wasn't it Littlefoot or something? Bigfoot, Littlefoot?
I don't know, maybe.
I think it was called Littlefoot.
Fair enough.
Littlefoot is from The Land Before Time.
Yeah, Littlefoot is from that, but I think... Oh, Smallfoot was the name of the movie.
Smallfoot, okay.
Smallfoot was like the Yeti movie. Yeah, it was actually pretty enjoyable. I enjoyed that. I guess I can stand a kid movie. It was pretty good. But anyway, they were on top of, mammoths.
Nice.
Excellent.
So that is neither here nor there.
It is not.
All right, so we rest up.
You rest another day. By the following sunrise, Tokas is feeling significantly better. You still have one level of exhaustion, but you can move around. You're doing all right.
All right.
Okay.
Let's pick up and go.
So I have normal movement now?
You do.
Yeah.
I just don't feel good. Okay.
Enough of this lying around.
Let's get going, guys.
We pack up camp, and we head back home.
Yeah.
You're traveling through fairly settled lands once you make it back to the road, so there's not really much here to threaten you.
Well, that's good.
Always a good thing.
Other than Olaf.
We should stop in to see Olaf.
You can go pick up your animals, and if you don't have any particular business, then we will move you all the way up to Nennept.
Do we want to check in on the banana stand?
Yeah, we could check out the banana stand.
Let's stop by Napton, where the road splits, and start a banana stand.
Sounds good.
We could do something with the soup in your bag.
Oh, I used it all up on you when you were sick.
The soup bag?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
It's all good. All done.
Did we actually hire Nibrin to build our banana stand? I forget.
No, Nibrin's still working in the mine.
Oh, okay.
No, we were just talking about doing that. We didn't actually do it.
Yeah, so we come back to our bare plot of land, or Shabba's bare plot of land.
How does it look?
Unkempt. There's just some grass and weeds growing right up next to the fence.
Well, we'll weed it. We'll take some time to weed it.
We'll eat it when we come back. Don't really feel like doing it right now.
Plants are kind of dying off now because of the season, but...
Is it like perfectly a square around it, like all the other plants are trimmed? Because our neighbors take care of their land, but ours is just long weeds in a square.
No one else owns the land around yours. It's... You have a plot of land next to the fence outside the town.
Wow, so we have room to expand? We can buy more?
Yeah, dude. We're next to unclaimed territory.
We go to the mayor and demand he sell us more land.
We came back with more money.
What did you pay for that spot to begin with?
Whatever happened to sticking to the main plot?
If we don't hire someone to build this banana stand, it's never going to get built. We ask the mayor if he has any spare people who need building work.
We are sticking to the main plot, Tokas. This is our retirement plan. What do you expect us to do when we're too old to adventure anymore?
If we live that long.
That's right.
Sorry, this armband energy sucking is making me so depressed. Don't mind me.
By that point, you're okay. All the effects have ended.
Oh, okay. Oh, actually, I feel better. I'm sorry I said that, guys. I'm chipper.
Awesome. I'm glad you didn't wuss out and want to take it off.
I know. Like, so if I unattune, do I have to go through this misery again?
Probably.
Never
Yeah.
taking it off.
Don't ever do it.
You were right, Shabba. I thought you were wrong, but...
Shower with it, bathe with it, everything.
Mm-hmm.
Are there other magical items that are like this that you've experienced in your D&D campaigns?
No.
Not me.
Before this D&D campaign, I had never been exhausted before in my life.
Wait a minute. Guys.
Nope.
Tokas.
I don't like where you're going with this. Nope.
Let me say something. I think I know how the bracer gets charged.
Off of your life force?
Your life energy?
Off of my life force. I just figured it out, I think. Don't say anything, Thane. Don't say. Unless you want to.
I know you're about to blurt it out uncontrollably like you normally do.
I think the armband is charged by my life force, which is what we were trying not to do with the crystal. But yet we have done it to me.
Dude.
How many years left do I have? And Tokas checks his life watch.
Oh no, only 2 remaining.
Dang it. It's like, are those years or seconds? And then it says 1. All right. Man, so like, I think it's maybe fully charged now. 100% Tokas charged.
I don't know.
I'm going to be really careful about using the charges. It basically gives me some form of exhaustion the next day or something.
Yeah, if you've regained all of your energy and you don't have any more levels of exhaustion, then maybe just as a test, you could use 1 charge and see if you wake up exhausted tomorrow.
No.
Just 1 token.
Think about it, though. It would have been empty because the dwarves had that big epic fight, and he probably would have fought hard and used all the charges in the armband.
Could be. Yeah.
I know I would have used all my charges if my whole kingdom was being brought to destruction.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Might as well use those last few bow charges at that point, right, Shabba?
Right. And then he died, and so it didn't have any life force to draw from.
And so I had to give it mine. Well, at least we put it on me because I'm the one that had the most years left.
Yep.
So maybe I get to die with you guys after all.
True. You'll get your wish.
Yeah.
That was what I wanted. Maybe I gave Thane some ideas. Well, hopefully the magical items that artifacts we maybe get for you guys don't do something similar.
We'll see.
We shall find out.
Perhaps when we get back to Nennept.
Yeah, we don't need to see Olaf.
No.
I get the feeling he doesn't want to see us anyway. You guys get that feeling, or am I just crazy?
We stop by, we see Olaf, we give him high fives, and we leave.
Okay, yeah, we'll see our friend. We'll see him.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Olaf loves us. He just doesn't ever want to show it.
He's bashful. Yeah, he's one of those
Doesn't wear his heart on his sleeve kind of guys.
Exactly. Some people just don't know how to express themselves.
Mm-hmm.
He's afraid of opening up.
Right.
Because he's scared of getting hurt.
Yeah, like he was once before by another adventuring party.
Yes.
All right, so we go say hi and drink his finest water and leave.
Yeah.
And I give him a huge bear hug.
I give him a high five.
I know you needed that, Olaf.
It's okay, you can trust us. We're never going to give you up.
We'll never break your heart.
We're never going to let you down. Never going to turn around and hurt you.
It's okay.
And then we leave.
You're safe now. Rest well, sweet prince.
Yeah, we're here by your side. Always.
Just puts him to bed for some reason.
You just tuck him in.
Tuck him in. I like get a blanket out and just start tucking him in as he's standing there.
You lay him on top of the bar and tuck him in there. You're with customers in the shop, in the store.
Shh. It's okay. It's okay. Go to sleep.
It's like performing a
He
seance.
tuck his apron underneath him.
Yeah. We tell him we'll never leave, and then that's the first thing we do.
We'll always be there. Watching. Waiting.
We just take out the chalk, and we just draw a circle around his face so that we can always look in on him. And then we leave.
Nice magical item callback. We haven't used that in a while.
Whatever works.
It's true.
Okay, you're back in Nennept. Do you want to do anything before going straight into the sewers?
No, let's just not even think about it. I think that's the best way to plan, is to just go whole hog.
I can't think of anything. We stop by the Sapphire Sabers. We fill up on arrows and whatnot.
Wait. We fill up on all of our supplies that we get free from the Sapphire Save. And then...
Should we buy a health potion?
Even better, Tokas. Even better. We go to visit our best friend in the whole wide world, Conan the Librarian. Because if anyone has a map of the sewer system beneath the city, that guy does.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
The original blueprints. They might have them.
Exactly.
Conan the Librarian. His theme song plays.
And even if they don't, we could do some research and figure out maybe some legends about what demons are actually under.
Yes. All right, Conan. Why haven't you legally changed your name to Conan yet?
Also, give us the blueprints.
Give them to us now!
Give us what we want.
I shove him up against a bookcase.
Oh my gosh.
You're like 3.5 feet tall. You're like grabbing him by the collar, but your arms are like way up high to do it. You're like, you listen here, Malwin. You give us what we want now, see?
Sorry about the unnecessary roughness, but this is really urgent. Tokas is saying as you hold him up.
Yeah, I'm really sorry we're doing this right now.
We didn't want it to come to this. You left us with no choice.
Okay, so for real, you go into the library and you ask Melwin for...
Just when he's like, like all flustered, we just let go and then pretend like it never happened. Hi, Melwin. So we need some blueprints to the sewers, the system beneath the city.
Yeah, we do that without actually roughing him
Yeah,
up.
we don't rough him up. He's a friend.
Those sorts of things wouldn't be kept in the library here. You might find them in City Hall, perhaps. Old records there.
Okay, thanks, bye. We go to City Hall.
I was going to give you the key to the storage room that holds them.
No, we give Conan a huge bear hug. I give him a hug that's equal in intensity to the hug that I gave to Olaf, because I don't like to show favoritism between best friends.
Do you lift him off his feet in the process?
Yes.
Okay.
Just like I did with Olaf.
Good.
And I say thank you.
Do you plant a kiss on his cheek?
Yes. You'll never know what this advice has meant to us. And we'll see you soon. So City Hall it is.
Then we leave.
Okay. So you make your way over to some of the administrative buildings.
Before we move on, I wanted to remind everyone that Jari Rockjaw, the legendary dwarven bounty hunter, is teaming up with his best mates for one last mission to destroy the evilest dwarf in the world. All he wants is a quiet life and a homestead to call his own, and the King of Akepia is giving him that chance. But is retirement worth dying for? Find out by listening to Loners, a dwarven dark fantasy audiobook available now at audible.com and amazon.com. Just search Loners Dwarven Fantasy, that's Loners, to grab yourself a copy today.
You enter the hall, and you see a bunch of bureaucrats going about their day-to-day business, working on papers, looking through files, and so on and so forth, carrying stacks of things back and forth from room to another.
Announcement! Be free of your mundane existence and come with us to discover the ancient secrets of the city of Nennept.
5 guards quickly run towards you and point their spears in your direction.
Hello, kind sirs.
Are you here for adventure?
We are here on a simple information-gathering exercise. An expedition, if you will. Come with us. We will show you the mysteries.
Please direct us to the room of holding that holds the records of the blueprints of the town.
The ancient construction.
Not the other room of holding, which is prison.
Well, yeah, true.
Not that
Not
one.
that room of holding.
Yes.
The room of records, please, if you please.
One of them asks you, what business do you have looking through city records?
To know what the sewer looks like, obviously.
We're here on Sapphire Saber's business, and I nudge Azlo because you need to take over this conversation or it's going to get real bad soon.
I flashed the Sapphire Saber badge.
Any of the guards dwarvish?
No, there aren't very many dwarves in this town.
Yeah, well, this armband's pretty useless so far. I'm kidding.
Also say something, Azlo, in addition to showing them your badge.
Yeah, please, please.
I say what he said.
Aslo, this is not helping.
Yeah, we need you to play your character. Please, this is important.
Yeah, please be Aslo right now.
Please, don't be Brian, be Azlo.
All right, listen, guards. We are here on official Sapphire Saber business. We are trying to do stuff of great importance that we can't discuss right now, but it's really important. We just want to see the blueprints of the sewers.
But you're supposed to say, like, Aslo-y things like, wow, the color of that armor really brings out your eyes.
And don't you just need to talk to them for a minute, then roll some dice and ba-ba-bam?
Yeah, it's true.
But you gotta lay on the charm. You gotta lay it on thick. You gotta butter them up.
Technically, your iron membership in the Sapphire Saber gives you slightly higher rank than most of the town guards, effectively.
Ooh.
That's right.
Wow.
Remember when we originally joined the Sapphire Saber, it was...
We were like scumboots.
Yeah, it gave us the authority to exercise vigilantism to a certain degree.
Did it?
And that's part of the reason why we wanted to join. Yes.
Yeah, you have basically high-ranking city guard authority.
Wow.
Excuse us, sirs, but we outrank you. Stand down, if you please.
And seeing the badge, they can't really argue, so they just kind of... Well, some of them mumble a little bit, but they back off. And the one who spoke to you previously says, "Very well. Right this way, sirs."
Excellent.
We mean this establishment no harm. We simply wish to gather information. But it is no longer a skill in 5th edition, and so we must do it ourselves.
All right, he leads you to a room where you find shelves packed with scrolls and books of all sizes and description. And he says, "I can't help you here. You'll probably find it somewhere over there." And he gestures to like a whole shelf.
We should have brought Malwyn with us.
All right, team, let's split up.
Divide and conquer.
Cover more ground. Tokas and I will take the low shelves. Shabba, you take the high shelves.
All right, sounds good.
Everyone give me an investigation check.
Investigation.
Ooh, natural 20. There's mine for the session.
Natural 19. That's a 20.
18 for Tokas.
Heck yeah, dog. How about that? We investigated the crap out of this room.
Okay, so 18, 19, and 20.
Yep.
Bada bing, bada boom.
So it doesn't take you very long. You quickly find the right section to be looking through, and you go through a few books and find at least as much information as is available on the old layout of the city. So you would be aware of this at this point, but Nennept is actually, like, you are living in new Nennept. There was an old Nennept with its old town center. That's actually closer to where Shabba used to live. At that point, it was just a small town, and then it eventually grew, and they built up the walls here and built the castle and everything. And the sewers date back to right around the beginning of that expansion into the new Nennept. So you find books that are hundreds of years old with this information in them. You find one map that is laying out the sewers in their early form. It's not as involved as it would eventually grow to become, but it's got a good general layout, and it shows you the major pipelines and pathways that you could take. You recognize the general layout and everything from when you are down there. But interestingly, while the room that had the door where you found the passage is shown on the map, the room that you found is not on the map.
The one you sent me down into. Yeah, it's a secret chamber. Only the royalty knew about this.
This must have been part of the Altoric Emperor's secret spy network. Or something.
Something nefarious, no doubt.
I mean, if I were the Emperor, I would have a network of secret spies. Just saying.
True, touche.
Well, he certainly could afford it. So shall we be off, gents?
I think this tells us everything we need to know. Tokas, why don't you make a detailed copy of this?
Sure, I'd be happy to.
Or we just rip it out of the book.
Yeah.
That's how public records work, right?
No, we don't want to deface such ancient property.
Yeah. Tokas, why don't you make a copy of this record?
Make a record of the copy.
Yeah.
Recording.
So you copied on the map, and now you make your way to the sewers.
Now we make our way out of this establishment. And as we leave, with all the guards standing around, I say, "At ease, man. As you were." Here we go.
They do kind of grudgingly salute as you walk by, or at least they straighten up. They don't salute you. You're not at that level.
Is there anything else we need to do before we go into the sewers?
How are we looking on healing potions, BT Dubs?
I mean, I don't have a healing potion, but we have plenty of money. I think we should go purchase some.
Yeah.
Can we get some from the guild for cheaper?
Yes.
I think it's probably been long enough that your monthly limit has elapsed.
I do have one potion of healing. I bought it and haven't used it yet.
Oh, that's right. Tokas had bought one at one point, and then he threw it at me and missed.
Yes, and it was a big upset.
Right.
But what is the price of healing potion again?
Normally it's 50.
Normally 50.
Yeah, for you it'll be 30 gold to get one, but you also have to pay 10 gold for your monthly dues. So 40 gold essentially.
I'll pay my due.
We each pay that, right?
Yeah.
And I'll buy a healing potion. All right.
Paying monthly dues now.
I might as well buy one as well.
Ooh, I am going to add to this note in my character sheet that I do have the ability to shoot them.
So that you can miss with them again?
Yes.
Yep. We don't have a warlock in the party.
I know, right? Gosh, that in our bonus campaign, Jay's character is an amazing healer. Apparently a very specific form of warlock is just an amazing healer.
Yeah, I've got a distance heal.
What is that, by the way?
It's the Celestial Patron. As a warlock, you can get an ability called Healing Light where you have a pool of d6s and you can zap people for up to 60 feet away. That, by the way, is our Tales of Grisanthe bonus campaign available on Patreon. Patreon.com/DamageGuild. Go check it out.
Yeah, that ability is just crazy. Like, I'm very jealous. Like, Lay on Hands ain't got nothing on that.
That's right.
Like, I just feel like every time you and I are in the adventure at the same time, because we're taking turns being the dungeon master, and so like every time I've been in the party at the same time as you, I feel like I should just be attacking things because my healing is just laughable. Like, I should just give up. I should just stop being a paladin.
I wouldn't be that hard on yourself, Lorphinus.
Okay, well, thanks.
You're a valued member of that party.
Coming from you, that means a lot, because usually you're the Debbie Downer. Like, usually you're like, well, I guess you do suck, Lorf. But it's okay. Like, that's usually what you'd say, kind of in your little southern glum grief kind of accent.
Well, ready to go, guys?
Yeah, we grabbed the potions. We're good. To the sewers.
You make your way into the sewers, through the muck and sludge, past scurrying rats and other sewer denizens, and eventually arrive at the secret door behind the, not really a waterfall, but, you know...
A sludge fall, shall we
sludge
say.
fall.
Yeah.
I believe it's called a poo fall. A waterfall of, you know, sewer stuff.
Yeah.
Let's just leave it PG rated here, guys.
And push open the door to the still dry rooms behind it, and make your way over to the ladder.
Thank goodness. What's like the splatter factor? What are we talking about here? Are we good? If once we're inside, we don't have to worry about it anymore?
Talking like 6 inches, 12 feet.
I mean, your boots are a mess, but
yeah,
you can stick to the edges, and there's platforms for much of the sewers, so...
Okay.
Azlo reminds himself to take a good long foot bath later, because,
yeah, really, because you don't have any boots.
I ain't got no boots.
You got, like, chunks of things in your foot hair. Okay, all right, I'm sorry, I know. All right, let's move on.
Pieces of corn. Okay.
Azlo, are you saving more for later between those toes of yours?
No, definitely not. Not going there. All right, so we kick open the door, and we jump down the ladder.
Mm-hmm. We just do the slide where you grab the sides and just go...
Yeah.
You may or may not recall, this is a rather rusty ladder. I think some of the rungs might have broken last time that Tokas tried to climb down it.
I do recall that, yes. Let's double up on the old Lobix lengthy line just to be extra careful, because it's a fairly long ladder, isn't it?
It's about 60 feet.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
So
let's lower Tokas down first. I'll tie him off, and he can climb down and double up with the rope, and then we'll do the rest of us.
Stripey will come last, so he can untie the knot and then just parachute down.
With his fur?
Yeah.
Okay, wingsuit?
No, I've been knitting him a custom parachute.
A knit parachute.
Yes, a knit parachute. It only has very small holes, so I figure it should work very well.
Yeah, let's definitely drop Stripey.
Let's definitely test that out.
I'm all for experimenting. You know this, Shabba.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'll help you put the parachute on Stripey, and I'll help you by just kind of gingerly kick him off.
No, he's supposed to go last, Tokas.
I don't know, 60 feet might not be enough to really test the limits of the parachute. We should probably go to somewhere like 100 feet or 200 feet.
Yeah, I think for the initial test, you're supposed to go all out, right? That's how that works.
Right, we need to make sure that the parachute fully unfurls.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We'll do that and then come back.
Yeah, so Stripey will be the last down for that reason, so that he can untie the knot, and then I can catch him.
Is Stripey's version of untying the knot just chewing through Lobix's lengthy line?
Yes. No, we'll just leave it tied up there because we're gonna need it for support to come back up anyway.
Yeah, true.
Yet again, we'll just hope that no other adventuring party comes along and steals it.
I mean, the only other adventuring party that would be in these smelly sewers would be the cultists, so...
Right.
So it'll be fine.
Yeah. The cultists would never steal valuable magic item.
Why don't we just use our other ropes that we has?
That's a good idea.
Yeah, okay. Who has a more generic, hempen rope we could use? Anyone? Didn't we buy a silk rope at some point?
Yeah, I think you've got a few 50-foot ropes.
Yeah, we'll use a couple of our 50-foot ropes, tie them together, tied to the top, and leave that there instead of our sweet magic item.
All right, cool. Yep, I've got a 50-foot rope.
Yeah, we also don't want Labex to smell horrible.
Yeah, true.
Mm-hmm.
Well, where you are now is fine. It's dried, and other than you opening the doors, this is pretty well sealed.
Okay, nice.
All right, so we descend.
Sweet dog.
Okay, so you climb down the rope and return to the small room hidden in the sewers, the presumed entrance to the underworld, and it remains exactly as you left it. There's the desk, bed, and the barred door, sturdy metal door.
Was the metal door the one that Tokas opened and heard his doom through?
Yes.
I think so, yeah.
All right, Tokas, you'd better open this one because you're the one who knows how to do it.
All right. And I try to suppress all the memories, and let's do it.
All the fears, yeah.
You lift the bar off of the door, set it down. Opening the door, you emerge onto a small stone ledge, opening up into an enormous cavern below. You can see faint reflections of your lights in the wet rocks and stagnant pools in the distance, and every step echoes back to you along with the sounds of dripping water and scratching claws on stone.
So we definitely should have brought our parachutes. I mean, right, guys? How are we going to get down there?
You knit extra ones for all of us, didn't you?
Unfortunately, I only had time to knit the really small one for Stripey, because knitting a parachute that's big enough for one of us would take, probably a couple of years.
Isn't Stripey 100 pounds at this point?
He's pretty big. I don't know if he's 100 pounds, but he's pretty big.
At one point, you leveled, and he leveled enough that he became
big.
Like a
I don't think
dire badger or something.
Yeah, I don't know if he weighs more than either of you, though.
Not with all our armor and stuff.
The last weight I have written down for him is 52 pounds.
Yikes. He's a chunker.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
He's really been putting it away.
He is a big boy.
Wow.
Tokas lowers his voice. Before we venture further, maybe we should consider looking at our toolkits and see if we can be a little bit more discreet.
How do you mean, exactly?
I mean, we have several abilities or spells that come to mind.
We can't really move anywhere from here, can we? We have to, somehow get down to the area below us. So we should figure that out first, shouldn't we? Before we start disguising our movements.
Yeah, I mean, I could cast silence, but that stays in one place. So as soon as we leave...
Yeah, I could cast Pass Without Trace, but, aren't we going to be making a bunch of noise anyway?
Does Pass Without Trace stop, moving down a rope sound?
No, it just makes it easier for you to make stealth checks. So if we're, making a bunch of noise, doing whatever we're doing to get down there, then that won't necessarily help us. Unless we're trying to sneak. All I'm saying is we have to figure out how we're going to get down first, make a plan for that, and then think about masking our sounds.
And then stealthing, yeah.
This is where we need some sort of a spell where it sends out a probe or an observer and flies around and gathers information for us.
Right.
That would be nice.
Like one of those eyeballs from Warcraft that the ogre mage can send around.
The Eye of Gil'jaden.
The OG Warcraft.
Well, Warcraft 2.
Warcraft 2.
Warcraft 1's not nearly as good.
Maybe a familiar, if you're familiar with that.
Should be a familiar. Familiar. So we're in the dark. One of us, I guess I would have light cast, because only Tokas can see in the dark, I think.
Correct.
So why don't I cast light on a stone and throw it over the edge and see how far it drops?
So it's good method.
I do that. Find a nice pebble.
Could you throw a feather instead?
Yeah, do you have any spare ones?
No.
I'll pluck a tuft of fur from Stripey's back and use that.
There you go.
It's either that or your wig, Tokas, so...
I'm that scared I'd be willing to sacrifice, potentially, the wig.
Oh my goodness, what?
What?
Wouldn't that float nicely?
Yeah, it would float nicely. It wouldn't make much noise. Let's throw it down there, and then we'll see if we can reclaim it. And if not, you'll just be bald.
Well, just like Shabba's always been encouraging me, I should just embrace who I am. Plus, I have a really cool helmet now. I can just stay inside of the helmet forever and never, ever let anybody in.
That's true.
To look at what the rest of my head looks like. I'll just have the thing where you lift it up and you can only see my face.
The visor, yeah.
Yeah. I'll just use the visor. So Tokas takes off his wig and hands it over to Azlo.
Wow.
Yes.
This is a moment.
I gingerly hold it between two fingers because you've probably never cleaned it and probably stinks like the top of your head.
True.
Wait, do you cast light on it first before you drop?
Don't you have like any other fabric or anything that you could drop besides his wig?
Nope, this is the only option.
So you drop a glowing wig into the darkness.
Yep, I cast light and drop it down.
Oh, I'm instantly having so much regret.
Why couldn't we have just dropped a pebble again?
Because we don't want to make noise.
Yeah.
All right, fair.
Remember, this is like way earlier in the show when I sacrificed my Cthulhu robot and you guys were trying to tell me there was a stupid idea. Mm-hmm. But I felt like it was the right play, and you guys, embracing the fact that I'm our newest player, let me make a stupid mistake. So let me make some mistakes, Jay. It's only my priceless toupee.
That's fair. I mean, I just feel like your robot you can just rebuild, right? Your wig, that's a little bit harder to come by.
Well, I can get another halfling scalp.
Wait, what?
I mean...
Oh, yeah, that's right. It was horsehair and halfling fur weaved together, right?
You weren't supposed to hear that, Azlo.
I removed that from my memory.
As you drop the wig, you first notice on its way down that actually it is lighting up a series of hand and foot holds that have been cut into the cliff face.
Whoa.
It looks like they provide a means of descending into the darkness.
Tokas, your wig actually did have a purpose.
The beginning of the climb down at least doesn't look especially difficult, provided nothing has decided to take up residence alongside or within any of those hand or footholds.
That makes me feel like we should have an anchor, like a rope.
But it's pretty far down, right?
The wig falls and falls and falls, and I guess with air resistance, it's probably going to take it about, like...
2 hours.
15 seconds to hit the bottom.
15
Oh my gosh. What?
Wow.
We definitely need a rope, man. How long is Lavic's lengthy line?
I don't really know how much air resistance would affect something like that, but that's just a guess.
Sure. Yeah.
Oh, can I see my wig? Is it safe? Is it safe on the bottom floor?
It kind of falls and drifts a little bit to the side, but you can see it land. It's this tiny prick of light in the shadows.
Guys, I'm going after my wig.
Yeah, is light a concentration spell?
It is not.
It's not?
No, but you can only have one active at a time.
Oh, okay. All right, good.
Guys, tie me up, tie me off, tie me around, right round. When you...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so like, how long is Lavic's lengthy line? Was it 200 feet? 200 yards? 500?
I don't know that we ever actually found the full length of it. Did we?
I thought we did. I thought as soon as we got it, we were testing it out. And
It's rope that is pulled from another dimension. I'm sure it is as long as it needs to be, right?
You've never found an end to it.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, I open Lavic's lengthy line and just start pulling.
Okay, are you dropping it over the edge or just making a pile?
No, I'm just pulling it into a coil. I want to as I'm pulling, I want to be looking down at Tokas' wig and try to guesstimate if I'm getting anywhere close to what the length of that would be.
Why don't you just hold the bag and it'll descend with me if I'm the first one down as I climb down the footholds?
Because I don't want you to get stuck partway down. I guess getting stuck partway down is better than not having a rope at all, though, right?
Maybe.
Just tie the rope to me, Shabba, and let's get going.
But Tokas, if the rope does not go all the way down...
My wig is not going to be there by the time I get down if we keep talking about this.
It's not going to rescue itself.
Do you realize that if the rope is tied to you, harness style, and you are climbing down with these handholds and footholds, you are not going to have two free hands to untie yourself?
Which means that you immediately have to climb all the way back up.
You understand that, right?
Right, if we can't keep releasing the rope.
Yeah, so what is wrong with just doing a quick test and seeing how far the rope goes?
How would we know if it's touched bottom?
All right, I'll just throw the coil over the edge and just
gently, Shabba.
keep pulling it out.
Wait, couldn't we cast light on the tip of the rope?
We could do that.
Because visually we would see a difference once it touches the bottom. We would see...
Yeah.
At the end of the rope, we'd see the light do something.
Right, and then a herd of sewer rats is going to, take your wig away.
But that would mean we lose the light on my wig.
Exactly. We throw the rope over on top of the wig so we can still see it at the bottom. And also, as Shabba's doing that, I'm sort of standing in front of him also doing it, just in case, if at the end of Lavic's lengthy line, it just, pops out, it doesn't just stop, then it would just fly out of his hands. So I'm also there, trying to prevent that.
Is there any sort of light-creating device that we have that we can lower on the end of Lavix Lengthy Line? Like, what about the Bowl of Hidden Fire? Does that actually create... It does create warmth, right?
You wouldn't be able to see it.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Once you left its radius.
Right, that's the whole spiel.
We could use Willem's ever-burning candle.
Doesn't that create warmth, though? Or no?
Yeah, a candle.
I was thinking a torch, but
But that might burn the rope.
Yeah. Although it is a magic item, so can it be burned? I light a match and hold it up to the very end of Lavix Lengthy Line and see if it burns it.
Okay, so you got some flint and steel and...
Right. I light Willem's candle and hold it up right at the end of Lavix Lengthy Line and run the flame over it a couple of times.
It starts to burn like a normal rope.
Dang it. All right, well, let's just throw the rope down and see if we can tell when it lands.
Yep.
So you pull out enough rope and then throw it over the edge and it starts pulling itself down. And it just keeps going. And, I mean, you can't really see it.
Right.
It's in the dark.
Eventually, it stops, but it must have gone a few hundred feet, probably.
That's a lot of feet.
A lot and lots of feet. All right, so we feel like it's reached the bottom?
You think so?
Okay.
Okay, we would probably see it coiling at the bottom where Tokas' wig is.
Yeah, if it landed anywhere near it.
Oh, but he said the wig drifted off to the side.
To some degree, yeah. We don't know about how much. Is light 20 feet? Or is there like a shadowy radius?
20-foot radius, bright light, another dim light for another 20 feet.
Okay, so it's got a 40-foot radius, which is pretty large. It would have had to drift off quite a ways for us not to be able to see the rope.
Except that the rope is also a few hundred feet away at that end.
Right, and my sight through darkness ends with about 90 feet, correct?
Isn't it 60?
60, yeah.
Yeah, but it's not dark down there where the light is.
Well, guys, I'll just climb down till I see the end of the rope, and if it's not touching ground, I'll come back up. It's not a big deal.
So you want to climb down this whole thing without the rope attached to you?
No, I want the rope attached to me.
All right, so we are pretty sure that it reached the bottom, so we know that it can reach the bottom. So we haul it back up, we tie it around Tokas, and then we let him back down.
All right.
You can use the command word to just pull it back in.
Yep.
What was the command word again? I've forgotten.
I believe it was Flimmirandolith.
Sounds good to me. We use that word.
Gallum Parental.
Oh, yeah. Those are my command words for the folding boat.
Yeah, we had a folding boat in an old campaign where it had 3 command words.
Yeah.
Flimmirandolith. No, Flimmulanderith.
Flimmulanderith.
Gallum Parental. And Marfuscandalar. That was it.
I'm surprised you still remember that. That's crazy.
How?
A folding boat?
A folding boat.
In one of my campaigns, I gave them a folding boat, and it had like different modes. Like you could fold it up, or you could make it into a small boat or a large boat. And based on like the body of water that they were and what their needs were, there were 3 different. So there was a command word for each state or each mode that the boat could be in.
Yep.
I can't believe you actually remembered those.
I know.
It's been years.
Yeah. I guess I folded and unfolded the boat so many times, it just stuck.
I forgot the words immediately.
Thane's brain was like, I'm going to prune this useless information.
Brian's brain was like, useless information. Yay.
Yay.
That's what happens when you're in deep sleep.
So I will say, using your command word, it takes the rope 30 seconds before it's fully retracted.
Okay.
And it's coming in pretty quickly, too.
Coming in hot.
All right, well, no time like the present, Tokas, especially when recovering your wig is involved. So we tie him off, and he starts... Do you want to climb, or do you just want us to belay you?
Oh, I'm going to use the footholds.
Okay.
Guys, I'm way heavier now in this armor.
Yes, you
How
are.
heavy are you, by the way?
Hey, you're not supposed to ask someone that.
Never ask a lady her weight.
So the plate mail itself is 60 pounds.
Dang.
So add all my other gear to that number in your head.
Good night.
And you were like 60 pounds.
40.
Yes, I weigh 40 pounds. My armor is somehow heavier than myself.
So you're a cool hundo in your armor. Wow.
Yeah.
Dang.
Amazing.
I have your weight at 140 altogether.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because there's the rapier, and there's the violapult, and all of my vials, and all sorts of random things I'm collecting. Anyway, guys, let's get going. My wig's not going to be there forever. One of the little demons is going to go eat it up because it looks like a little tasty morsel.
You're the one climbing, man. Start climbing.
Okay. And I start clomping down the... Are you sure we shouldn't have used some sort of spell? Like, I'm in full plate mail and I can't not make sounds as I touch the stone.
No, you're good, dude.
That's true. Should we pass without trace first?
No, because then you have to climb like half speed or quarter speed or something, and you already climb at a half of your movement, so you'd have to climb super, super slow, and it would take forever. But is it worth it for it to take forever?
To not have my metal sound touch stone over and over again as I clomp down the handholds?
Well, it still will. You'll just be more adept at making it not be so noisy.
You just don't want to spend the spell slot.
No, honestly, that hadn't crossed my mind until you mentioned it. But yeah, since you mentioned it, you're right. I don't want to spend the spell slot. Go ahead and go.
So I descend into the deep.
Basically what he's saying is that your life is not worth one spell slot to Shabba.
You won't spend a spell slot so I can be reunited with my wig? I thought I was more confident in what you told me, Shabba, that I wouldn't need the wig, and now I feel very much in need of it.
It gives you a plus 10 bonus to stealth checks. So if you want to make stealth checks all the way down for 300 feet worth of climbing, then be my guest and I'll spend the spell slot.
Okay, let me ask the Dungeon Master. How noisy is Tokas' climbing going to be? Like on a decibel scale?
I don't know decibels, but your armor isn't really going to be hitting the wall so much, I wouldn't think. It'd be mostly the armor just clanking against itself all the time. So probably no noisier than you walking.
Okay.
Which is already pretty noisy.
All right. Here we go.
Yeah, if you get attacked when you get down there, just start screaming. We'll come after you.
That way you can attract other monsters.
Right.
Well, hopefully you guys can get down, like slide down the rope quickly to come to my aid.
Yeah, yeah. I just like grab on and just like start a fire in my hands.
You have gloves.
Well, rappelling down a rope is a thing.
Oh yeah, no,
that's true.
Not even all that difficult.
It would be faster.
Yeah, it would be faster, but
Do you guys have like carabiners or like a pulley that you could like lock into the rope if you need to like come down quickly after me?
Nope.
No, I don't have that specialized skill of being able to just rappel down ropes.
Yeah, there is a pulley system item in the player's handbook, as I recall. But no, I did not buy that.
Not for people.
Oh.
You're talking about the block and tackle?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's for moving like goods and stuff.
Yeah.
Moving like heavy crates or whatever.
Well, Tokas is a lot like a heavy crate when you think about it.
He is. He's boxy and
Takes up room and holds things for us.
I could anchor the rope while you guys slide down.
Shabba's heavier than you are, even with all your gear.
I'm going to start climbing down because I don't want to... Tokas is keeping his eyes on the wig.
Do you tie the top of the rope off to anything? Or you can't if it's extending down? Someone is holding the bag?
Yeah. Yep.
right.
You guys might want to both hold the bag.
We both hold the bag.
Left your party members holding the bag.
Mm-hmm. As Tokas is wont to do.
You can get Stripey and unholding that bag too. All right, down, down, down into the dark depths I go. Where it stops, no one knows, but I'm going after that wig if it's the last wig I've ever seen.
Is there a place to tie it off once he gets to the bottom? Like, we'll be able to feel the shift in weight once he's down there.
There's nothing on this ledge that you could really tie it to.
We could tie it to the rusty ladder.
All the way back there.
I can see that ending well.
There's the rusty ladder, and there's the metal bar that was blocking the door.
Yeah, so one of us...
What if we put the bar across the entryway to, like, the threshold of the door and tie it to that?
Or we just open the door, we tie a huge knot at the end of Lobik's lengthy line, and we wedge it in between the crack of the door where it opens, the hinges.
That would work too. Yeah, I was just thinking, like, the rest of us are going to need to be able to climb down as well. So
right.
Let's do that. So we, like, feed the rope through the crack of where the hinges are of the door. Mm-hmm. Then we tie a big knot, and then we let it hang.
Okay, well, you can't do that until it's already down, so let's deal with Tokas' descent first.
Well, yeah, that's what we meant once he's at the bottom, once we feel the change in weight.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The climb is relatively easy with these hand and foot holds, except that they're kind of moist from water dripping down the rock face constantly. So give me a climb check. We'll see how far this gets you. Or I guess athletics.
Okay. That would be a 16.
Not too Shababsky.
Yeah, not bad.
Okay. You're not having a difficult time with this. Other than the vertigo of looking down and seeing nothing but darkness until the spot of light way down there, that would not be a pleasant experience. But otherwise, you're doing fine.
Not at all, but Tokas is a gnome. He's used to the underground. He knows what it's like to dwell in darkness.
I mean, as I'm moving, I'm seeing more and more, right? Like, I'm seeing the 60 feet out, right? So...
That's true. Dark vision.
Yeah, but you're just seeing wall.
And it's all grayscale, right? Isn't dark vision grayscale?
Yep.
Perpetual darkness is just about all you've ever known.
It's kind of hard to choose a mate when all you have is grayscale.
You can't get a feel for, like, her skin tone.
She might be a redhead. I don't know.
Yeah, right.
Until I bring her on vacation to the surface.
Yeah, she could have rosy cheeks and you'd have no idea.
Yeah.
You look amazing in this light. We should maybe consider having like a vacation house on the surface.
She could have, like, a really bad spray tan. She could be, like, orange and you'd have no idea.
So that's what you look like. Oh. And then she's looking at me the same way, like, oh.
Oh, you're pasty.
So wait, you didn't have a full head of hair?
I think the underground races prefer to have light anyway, even if they have dark vision.
Yeah.
Some of them.
Gnomes and dwarves, at least.
Probably not the Grimlocks.
It's a real privilege to be able to see the world in color.
So, as you descend, you reach a section of the wall that has broken away, leaving a gaping hole in the cliff face in front of you, as if some powerful force had dug into the stone and ripped it out, or something smashed it apart, or you don't know.
Whoa.
Or it just broke off naturally.
Some sort of a giant throwing boulders.
Yeah, right. So there's, like, a big gap.
Yeah, there's just a gap where part of the cliff has fallen away, and
Dang, dude.
the climb continues about 10 feet down.
Sorry about that, Tokas. Sucks for you.
So if I just jump, and then like the rope will swing me back into the cliff, right? That's what the professionals do.
It will. I mean, you could repel.
Yeah.
You could start repelling.
Yeah, I do just a little gentle push off of the face, and then I'll swing back into the wall and try to grab the footholds again, right?
Yeah, because the only thing that's letting the rope out now is the bag itself, right? So however fast it comes out of that.
Right.
Is the rope capable of belaying me?
There's only one way to find out, my friend.
Yeah.
I don't know that you've tested it.
Did you tie it around yourself harness style, or did you just tie it around your waist?
Oh, I'm super secure. I mean, there's all sorts of weird, crazy knots that I know how to get out of once I get down there in the dark.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Because we're professionals, Shabba, remember?
Right, and you've got unlimited rope length to play with, so...
True.
300 feet.
That also means if you need to, you're not getting out of it quickly.
Exactly. If you get swallowed by a giant monster, then it's taken Azlo and I with it.
I mean, I could just use my rapier and just at least cut off that part.
That's true.
Yeah.
If you really need to.
Maybe not like all the rope that's tangled me up, though. But anyway, I'm going to do that. I'm going to gently repel and try to... My mark is going to be the 10 feet below where it seems to pick back up again.
All right.
What is a belay check?
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
I'm surprised they don't have a separate category for that.
Why didn't you bardic me before I started climbing? You don't even love me anymore, Azlo.
You didn't ask for it, Tokas.
Is that how this works? I thought the bard was a support class and you have to be predictive with your party members' needs.
Yeah, but Azlo is like a selective support class, so like you have to make a case for why I should support you.
Right. He's more of like a what have you done for me lately type bard.
Yeah, exactly. You want paid vacation? You gotta work for it.
So I was on D&D TikTok, and there's this guy that's a bard, and like every single whatever he's doing, like the way that the bard like bards the party is like these ridiculous little dances, like, you know, to the Bee Gees or whatever. And it's just why couldn't you be more like that, Azlo?
Should have thought of that before you joined this company.
Should have thought of that before you joined TikTok.
Like a bard that like cheers up those around you and encourages.
I mean, I don't know how many compliments Azlo's given us over the months. I've lost track.
That's true.
That's encouragement right there.
Well, my bardic range is only 60 feet, so I think you're past that at this point.
I'm sending good vibes your way if it makes you feel any better.
Tokas, you push yourself off and give me a perception check.
I got a 14 perception check. Thanks, Shabba. I appreciate those good vibes.
As you're falling past this gap, you just barely catch the glimpse of some sort of pale thing hiding among the rocks inside under the overhang. You're about to slip down below the ledge when you see it shoots this white strand of something at you, which sticks to your armor and pulls you to the ground.
To the ground or into the cavity?
The little ledge.
Against the wall.
To the ground of the little cutout section.
Okay, right, gotcha.
It's pale and it shot something white and sticky and pulley.
Gross.
Yep.
Yes, and let's roll initiative.